All right, Bobcat, Lady Cat fans, we are here inside the halls of Hallsville ISD. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters and Bubba's 33 in Longview. Our guest today is Coach Allison McKinney. Coach, how are you today?
I'm good. I just got through doing a 4-hour benchmark, so I'm glad to be sitting here.
You're glad to be here. Now, we're here because we're a softball coach, but I'm going to go right into the Teacher of the Year, and I'm going to hand it over to Luke. Man, that's such an awesome achievement. This is our Hallsville ISD Teacher of the Year we're talking to, right?
Yes, sir.
And Secondary Teacher of the Year. How does one become Teacher of the Year?
Well, I was absolutely shocked when my name even came up on the top 4 for voting. My picture was on the first one. I kind of thought it was a joke at first. But I'll be honest, like, I never asked for that award or would seek that award, but the appreciation that's been shown for all the work that you put in through the years and the moments of the day is, I'll take it, because the appreciation shown has been just such an encouragement, and it's really pushed me to like even do even more than I already have. So
That's all. Now, I know there's probably a nomination process and everything, but do you have to submit essays? Do you have to go put up like a soliloquy? What do we do? How does that process go?
So I wasn't real sure what everything kind of would unfold after getting Teacher of the Year, but I had to submit an essay to become the Secondary Teacher of the Year. Actually, the other Secondary Teacher of the Year was my sister-in-law at the junior high, and I brag on her all the time, Holly Strickland. She is amazing. Every parent that I come in contact with, they're just blown out of the water just how amazing she is, and the kids love her. She is so talented. She's English and I'm math, and so we talk school all the time, and so I was super proud. I didn't really even want to write the essay because we're almost competing for that Secondary Teacher of the Year, but we both submitted it, and I would have been super excited for her as well. But anyway, my whole thing on the essay was expand my territory. That's kind of my motto for the year. I wrote it down the first day of school when we were in professional development, and that just means like reach every person you possibly can. At whatever cost.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. But like to achieve that award, that had to feel kind of like satisfying, considering you've had many experiences teaching, and not only just teaching students, but your own kids and raising them. So it's kind of like a nice reward, an accomplishment. What kind of like went into that? How did that feel in a way to?
When I sat down, it was about 4 years ago that I was asked to come back. It was the day before softball season started.
Mm-hmm. Some
things had happened, and so Coach Kayla Watley asked me to come back. I had coached her senior year, and so we had to sit down as a family and be okay, because I'd stayed home with kids for like 10 years, and so which is really my heart and soul. And so when they asked me to come back, we literally sat in the living room, all 5 of us, my husband, Sydney, and Maddie, Riley, and Reagan, and they had to be okay with me going back. And so, honestly, like, to answer your question, it is extremely rewarding because they got on board too.
Right.
They got on board with me coming back to teach and really spending more time with other kids than I even do with them.
Right.
Because I am a coach, and so it's after school as well. And my family bought in. And so it's probably even more rewarding to get Teacher of the Year coming back after all the years spending with them and them pushing me to be the best I could be as well.
Wonderful. And I know there's a lot of people proud. I know when it got announced, I even got messages that you were, so I think it's awesome you got it, Allison. Now, let's go to the softball side of things. We're Coach McKinney now, and coming into that, I guess, 2-part question. What's it like coaching with somebody you coached in the past and just being a part of something that you get to implement impressions on young men and women's life on a daily basis? What's that like to you?
Well, it's really neat. Coach Watley, Coach Hendricks, and I have a really neat relationship. Coach Hendricks and I grew up here at Hallsville. We played softball together. We were on the 2001 state semifinalist team. Like, we got second in state that year. She was our center fielder, I was our second baseman, so lots of communication there. So I get to coach with her now. But coaching with Coach Watley, after coaching her senior year, is absolutely rewarding because I've learned what a coach should be. And that's saying a whole lot, because that you can't say that about all coaches.
Right.
But I've learned the type of coach I want to be, and she's pushed me to be better every single day. But we have a really neat relationship between us 3, and so it's pretty neat.
Cool. And the girls, when you go into it, I got to ask, because old story of a former coach that I knew real well, watching them on a softball. What's it like getting teenage girls ready to prepare for a game? Guys or girls? I'm not singling out girls because guys are the same way. I promise you. What's it like getting them prepared?
You know, I'm the head JV coach. And so one of my things is getting them prepared for a game. They all have game day jobs. Whether we're at home or away, they have a job to do, every single one of them. And we're going to tell them once it's on the list, and they have to get that job done. But with girls, everybody's getting their hair done, and who's doing whose hair, and all the things. But I have 3 girls at home, so I'm kind of used to that. So for JV versus varsity, there's a little bit of a difference. I have to keep JV focused from the time we go to the cages before the game to the time we hit infield, outfield. I've incorporated a few new things just for them not to sit down very much, just keeping them busy. But varsity always gets in their own routine, just that leadership. But we're coming up right behind them, trying to do the same thing.
And knowing that you guys are a really grounded program, and you guys have had a lot of success in the past, and kind of coaching that JV team, knowing that those girls are going to be the next varsity players in the future. Is there a little bit of pressure that you feel trying to get those girls ready and trying to help them figure out the process of what it's going to take to be successful in this program and at the varsity level?
Absolutely. So day one of our JV practice, once they've made the Lady Cat softball team, I look at them and I tell them, you do not want to stay with me. You want your name called. I don't want you to stay with me, but my job is to push you to be the best you can be, to be a varsity Lady Cat softball player. And so that's really the mindset from day one of practice, to be the best they can be for varsity.
You've done a great job. I know there's a lot of people proud of you, Allison. Not only coaching, but the Teacher of the Year. Last question, Guy Walker wanted me to ask. He couldn't be with us today. How did it make you feel the other night to actually have your mama in the stands watching you coach a game?
Well, I'll actually tell you that my mama is there a lot more than people see. She actually picked
your
up all the
mama's
pizza.
One of my favorite people.
Yeah, she picked up pizza for all the girls yesterday and brought it to me, and I always know I can count on my mama.
There you go. Fans at home, Coach Allison McKinney, we'll see y'all next time.